All right.
So you pull on the
Ready to go.
What?
Marshawn Lynch.
Sorry.
He doesn't talk
Toolkit CMA, right?
immediately.
You know what? Let's put my phone on silent.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'll be back later.
All right, so you know how to log in. Does everyone know how to log into
I
Toolkit?
use it, but I don't. I use Trend, but I want to go. I don't know if I should go back to this, so I just.
I love this.
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
Is it on? I have an iPad.
Okay.
Is there an app for it, or I'm not sure if I have it. Toolkit.
It's toolkitcma.com. So it might be,
I can just go on the internet.
and it's usually your email, and the password should be password until you change it.
Toolkit what? What was the name?
CMA.
CMA.
So I'm just gonna go.
Good.
Okay. I default all my pages. Like these are the things that I like to, like I like the picture of their house first, my resume. I'm gonna add a page for all my testimonials, because I do have a lot of the testimonials, and I deliver this before I go on my listing presentation. I don't do a pre-listing presentation. This is kind of it.
So you do email this to them prior to?
I email it to them, but I also do this.
Right.
And I deliver it, put it behind their door with a little note, please review. As soon as they call me, I try to get it out to them as soon as possible. So I go with listing presentation. All my things are, they're set as a default. So, like for example, I'm actually doing one of my house, my personal house. So you put in all their information in here. Oops, let me. And then just go next. Dear me. Now I added that in there, like you put in whatever you like. I got that from Lee Rubin, so I really liked her words. So I actually copied some of Lee's words. So you're already, I appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. So now this is the part that everybody kind of, this is it's not a hard part, but you connect to the multiple listings. And I have little directions for everyone here, because since Trend is new, there's a different way to do it. So you log into Trend. Oops. That's a great password. There we go. And you do your normal search as you would. I already have the search in here, but so this is like Brookside, everything that either is active, pending, or that's settled. In the past, I did a past year because my neighborhood doesn't really sell that quick. So I put the subdivision in there. And you know how to do it, CMA, you kind of go with the like properties. So active, no showings, pending. Some people like to put expireds. It's kind of like what floats your boat. I like to, if there's too many settles, then I don't put active and pending. I just kind of bring that with me. But for this,
I thought CMAs that had to be just settled ones, that the other ones weren't.
it is. It definitely is. But depending on if you want to show them what's on the market, this is your competition. This is what's pending, because you want to be the market.
Right.
You want to be their expert.
Okay.
so it all depends on the numbers, like,
Well, that's good. I was having trouble finding settled ones and on the one I was looking for.
right, when you go to price and you say, this is the price, you kind of wanna stick with the settles,
Yeah.
not the actives. But I like to show them their competition. At Family Reunion, they were saying that you should possibly preview if you have time, so it kind of like takes you out of, puts you on top of the competition. Hold on, let me go Bucks County, because I'm a little slow with this part. Oh, and I'm gonna go like 365 days, just like I said, there isn't much going on in my neighborhood. Oh. So that's Newtown. Now, the 18 Black Oak Muse, that one has a garage. So I probably wouldn't compare it to my house, to what I have, because unfortunately I don't have a garage. That's next. That's my next house, will be a garage. My actions. So you're gonna export. All right, I don't remember this because this is all new. So export and go to standard. And they're all in here. This is the part that I can't. So I'm going to export and then save as. So I don't know what I always mess up at this part. So it's standard. What?
Shorter directions.
Yeah, so when prompted to save the file, click on the arrow next to save and click save as.
Well, you go back to it.
You go back to standard export. Right there. And go to your,
Where do you see save as at?
well, go to your left, that button.
This one?
Yeah.
Ah, thank you.
Do you want to still save it as a CSV or?
Yes, you're gonna save it the same way. I'm just gonna name it comps. And I like to save everything to my desktop. Yes. Close out on that. No. And close your trend. And then you're gonna choose file. I saved it to my desktop, so I'll just put comps. And it should come up. Open, upload file. I love Toolkit. I mean, I don't know what I'd do without it.
Yeah, I think I should go back to it.
Unfortunately, that's the only way I know.
Yeah, I've been doing them through Trend, the CMAs. But I used to do it through Toolkit.
So then you can like review the properties again, check them all. Next. Okay, so this is something that I learned today. So your summary CMA, there's going to be a page in there that's going to be in landscape. That means that there's too many fields in here. So I'm actually going to take out the list price because most likely I'm going to bring my trend sheets also with me, when I see them in person. Because you don't want one funky that's kind of in a landscape version. And then this is everything about the property, whatever you know. If they have central air, what kind of heating they have. I try to get the most I can when I'm on the phone with them. This is a picture of the house. That we now found out. What was that called? What Sharon said?
Gene.
That you can just, instead of driving by, so my house is worth this much. Definitely not. That's because of the garage in there. This is something that you put in yourself. I kind of put it in there. I prepare a CMA, prepare and sign listing contract. These are all the steps that I do to market their home. And I save this, you put this as a default. Let me know if I'm going too fast or if I'm okay. And then you can create it or you can email it. And it's $8 a month, no matter how many you do.
It used to be 10, right?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. And there it is. Hold on, how do I'm trying to go a little slower with this, but. So that's the first page. You know, they always want to see a picture of their house. All my information on there. I usually sign that once I print it. Talks about me. I'm not on the ALC anymore, so I can take that out. And then all the objections, you know, right there. So they get to read it ahead of time.
This information's already in.
Yes, and I went through like each page of what I like and what I don't like. It kind of talks about everything that, you know, pricing right, like the first 30 days, what happens.
Because a lot of this is actually in my listing presentation. Not my CMA.
Oh, your
Right, yeah.
okay. And where did you get that?
I believe it's John's. John added it
Oh yeah,
on the Office Drive.
I don't know what John uses.
Right. I mean, this was years ago, so maybe it's changed.
Right. It has a map. I mean, I don't have to really do it. I don't really have to do anything. I mean, I just have to put in the properties, get a. Everything's all right there. And people like this. I mean,
Right.
you know, when they call and they don't know you, and you drop this off, they're like, wow. And if they're interviewing other agents, like I went up against a couple other agents with it, they're like, oh, well, they didn't have this information.
Right.
You know, so this is really, I really love it. I really believe by it. This, I sometimes take out, depending on the conversation, kind of keep it for myself, like what your house is worth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends.
Yeah. Especially without seeing it.
Right.
Right.
Like this is your worst case scenario, this is your best case scenario, but I like to do that in person. Give them little tips, and that's it. I mean, that's Toolkit. I put customer references. I'm going to put a page for testimonials also in there.
So what, this seems pretty much like the one on Trend, right?
I don't know, because I've been doing it for 9 years, and for 9 years I only use Toolkit.
And it is Trend that you use to make, you know.
Yeah,
make
you can use it. Trying to do CMAs also.
Right, I mean, but do they do the same? I don't know, I really don't know what they do.
Yeah, I haven't used
It
it.
looks similar.
Right.
Okay.
I think this is a little nicer though.
Yeah, it looks.
It may be.
I mean, you feel free to, like, you know, this is what. That's it.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No?